I will introduce our youngest millionaire, Renee Liao. He graduated from the University of Toronto in software engineering and worked for IBM and TELUS. And we was earning $80,000 a year salary. He was introduced by his sister and now the company's youngest millionaire, a lifestyle director who qualified for the luxury car program and drives a prepaid luxury car from the company, a 200,000 Tesla P90D. He has reached $100,000 a month in earnings, and more shockingly, with only 7,000 people. His team now is over 28,000 people in over 110 countries all around the world. He is happily married after proposing to his wife Heidi with a $47,000 Freddie Mosh 21K gold ring, now worth $80,000, with two young boys, Rex and Leon, and is able to travel the world with his family. He just made a recent purchase, building his own custom $5 million home, and he's here to support and train us. Renee is a founding member, shareholder, and sits on the company's CEO advisory board. He has also received the highest award in the company, President Cup Award, twice. Welcome, Renee.
Well, hello, Michelle. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Maybe move up a little.
Yeah, wonderful. Again, thank you so much, Michelle, for being our host of the 2 weeks. You think I'll host of the month. And again, doing a fantastic job. Again, thank you so much. And of course, very excited to be with you all tonight. You probably were on the call last night and you heard that Sanaz was supposed to do the call. Unfortunately, she had something urgent that came up. And so she gave me a call and asked if I could do the call. And of course, I'm always excited to be on the Forensic Networker call. And of course, wanted to say again to everyone a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And I apologize for driving. I'll literally be home in about a minute. But that's the beauty. I literally do this business all throughout the day, from morning till night. And again, I wanted to sort of, I guess, pick up from where we left off. I know 2 weeks ago, I had done a training on really knowing why you're in this business. And I hope that a lot of people had taken into deep thoughts and work into what we had talked about, really taking the time to make yourself that vision board that we talked about and knowing, what that financial freedom really looks like for yourself. And I just want to say that it's been great last 2 weeks when I was in Trinidad and Tobago with our other incredible leaders, Miriam Baptiste and Mavis Tid. And just really, really blessed to be in this company because I can't think of any other company that, you have marketing allowances that essentially pays you to go and travel to your markets to support your team. And while you're there, you're just seeing people's lives being changed in every possible way, from health to their wealth to, enlightening people, empowering people, giving people hope. And so again, it's just a huge blessing that we have Auckland Global in our lives. But I thought a really good sort of subject to continue on from that training, and we're gonna make sure there's no heavy emotions on today's call. That was a great call, I guess, 2 weeks ago. But this week I thought, why not talk about something that I think is really, really important. And in fact, I find that it's something that might be overlooked in your business. And of course, this thing that I'm talking about is something that all people are always going to be heavily respected for. And the word I'm talking about begins with a C. Can any of you guess, as always, that I think my call is very, very interactive and be able to, have you guys participate. But any idea of this word that I'm thinking that is really important in your business? It begins with a C and it relates to how you do business on a day in and day out basis. All right, let's see what kind of options we have here. Again, feel free to put into the group chat what you think. There's going to be a lot of good answers here. And there's definitely, yes, good evening to everyone. There's one particular word that we want to focus on tonight. I saw character, definitely character. Commitment. Yes, commitment is another very, very important attribute. And C is a very funny word, right? I mean, a lot of good C words out there: commitment, character.
let's keep it coming, team. What else can you think of? Yes, that's the one that I was thinking of tonight to really talk about. And that word, of course, is consistency. Consistency. And I think we all know, right? If you look at the people who are going to be the most successful in this business and, the most impactful, the ones that can change the most lives, including their own, really there's one key word that comes to mind, and these people all have it, and that, of course, is consistency. Now, I want to do a quick example here, a quick exercise. Grab a piece of paper with you. Okay, so everyone grab a piece of paper and a pen. I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to go and do that. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with this, all right? So on a piece of paper and a pen, I want you to do me a favor and think about in the last week. So today is Tuesday, right? So from last Tuesday till today, 1 week, I want you to write down of those 7 days, how many days did you do something for the business? All right. And let's not lie to ourselves, right? So when I say something, it could be anything business related. And of course, we're going to dive in deeper to what really counts as doing something and what doesn't really kind of count as doing something, right? Because this is the forensic call. It's our business training call, all right? So again, go into your piece of paper and write down Tuesday. So put TW, R for Thursday, FSS, and M and T. So I write down every day of the week from last week till this week. All right. And on a piece of paper, I want you to think about which days did you do something again for the business. I'm just going to log onto my computer. Wow, that's a cool new feature of Zoom, by the way. You can just hit the switch button and it literally turns off your phone and turns back on your computer. So can you still hear me okay, Michelle?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right. So now that we had that down, can we get some volunteers to write down in the chat what their answers were? What was their results? Okay, so Verlyn says every day, fantastic. And I already know that she's having success in the business. All right, so who else would like to volunteer and of course, put their answers in the group chat? And the key thing is don't be shy. Don't be shy. So someone says just yesterday, fantastic, that's a start. So we're looking at the last 7 days, how many days, okay, did you do the business? So I think we have a shy crowd tonight. People might be kind of scared to put their answers down here. Okay, Robin says 5, fantastic. Janine says just today, awesome. Larry Hackman, every day. Keep it coming, guys, keep it coming. John Wilson, every day. Wayne Tope, every day, good. Yasmin, 5. Hodo, I follow up and sold some ladies shampoo and men's shampoo, fantastic. Carolyn, 4 days. Hello, good evening, welcome back, Marie. I know you had a late flight on Sunday night, got back early Monday morning. Amajit says every day. Mavis T says every day. Brenda Oak says every day. Maria says, and if you were to know these people who are writing in the group chat every day, you would probably understand and see why they're having success. And so now for the people who aren't putting every day, I'm assuming maybe you're a bit shy to put your answer. That's fine too. But I think the key point we have to recognize here is this business really isn't hard to do. We're in the business of sharing, correct? But you have to share. And you have to be doing something every day. I think because I've grown up loving playing sports, all right? And watching professional athletes. If you really look at all of the world's best athletes, and we talked about this before, there's a book that a research someone did that says if you do 10,000 hours of practice, you will master what you're doing. And it was actually a person who wanted to become a professional golfer. And he studied all of the top golf players in the world and found out that all of these top golf players had put in at least 10,000 hours of practice. So he started to actually practice as much as he could. And guess what? By the time he reached 10,000 hours, he actually competed in one of the PGA tournaments, right? So he got to that level. And so everything just, again, just takes a lot of practice. And so, you know, I think sometimes for the new people who sort of are got on board, if you're wondering, how do I really have success? Like, how do I go from making a few $100 a week or a month to making a few $1,000 a week, a few $1,000s a week, maybe even 5 figures a month? If you really want to know how to get there, you've got to be very consistent. And I want you guys to write down for me, what do you think being consistent does for your business? Like, what starts to happen for you when you're consistently doing something for the business? This is your answers again here, folks. What do you think happens when you're doing something, just something every day for the business? Yeah, growth, you get results. Yes, Carolyn, you build momentum. I love that. You absolutely get results. Mavis said a good one. It becomes easier. Yeah, that's a big one. It gets easier and easier. And it almost becomes like breathing. You know, do you think when you're doing, when you're breathing, you have to think about breathing? Or do you think it comes naturally, right? You don't have to think, you know, inhale, then exhale, right? You just naturally do it because it's like a habit. That's a great word. It's a habit. And the more consistent you are with the business, you're going to feel like it's just like breathing. You feel like wherever you go, whoever you talk to, it just naturally, you naturally start doing the business. But to get to that point where business is like breathing, like write that down. Business is like, my goal is to make my business just like breathing. Because every single person that wrote every day or 5 days or more, the people who are having results in selling this product, there's one thing that I can guarantee you is that when they do this business, it's like breathing. They've gotten so good at what they do. And how do you get there? So how do we go from the business is a bit uncomfortable, it's not really something I'm used to doing, I might make a few mistakes or I might say something wrong. How do we go from that to getting to this business is like breathing? The only way of getting there is, right, is practice, right? Consistency. And so I thought sometimes the best way to actually train is to show a real life example. And I actually happen to have a video here I want to share with you guys. I'm actually going to put it onto my computer right now. And would some of you guys like to see sort of what I would say to somebody, you know, when I'm sort of prospecting? Would that be nice to watch something like that? Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm just going to send this video from my iPhone to my Mac. It's taking a while to convert, but yeah, so that'll be I guess I can show you guys something that I do. And I just happened to actually be videotaping the resort that I was staying at in Tobago. And just from the person driving me, so there's a gentleman who's actually driving me from our hotel suite all the way to the tennis courts. And he was kind of giving us a little quick orientation, because basically in Tobago, the Magdalena Hotel is basically in this plantation. So it's a very, very well upkept area, a lot of wildlife, you know, and a lot of great just, you know, nature to be seen. And of course, they have this big resort in the middle. They have a bunch of sort of villas you can rent on the side. And it's a huge, huge plantation. It's like hundreds of acres. And so the gentleman was sort of driving us around, showing us some of the villas in case I wanted to go back there in the future and staying in them. And so we're definitely going to get to that later on. And so in the meantime, though, I did see a few questions come in here, and I wanted, again, let's have some Q&A. So Verlyn says, Renee, what do you reach out and say to someone who you never connected with, shops on your website, and what do you say when? Wow. So if you have someone that you never actually, I guess, connected with, I guess you mean that you never met, and they actually buy something from your website, that is number one, awesome. It means that whatever you're doing to promote your business, you're getting a lot of contacts. So that's actually a really sort of easier one because they've already bought something from you. So if you want to find out, number one, if you had customers that actually bought something from your website, where you want to go is in your back office under your dashboard when you first log in, is click on where it says shopping. Okay, and so under shopping's box, when it expands, you'll see a sublink that says my customers. Okay, and so that's where you want to click is my customers. And when you click on my customers, you will see all of the list of people that have either at least opened a VIP account. So they have their email essentially registered from your website under VIP shopper. But that doesn't mean they actually bought something. But if you look at that entry on the row, and there's like a name, email, phone number, if you see a red shopping cart on the right-hand side of that person's like row, it means that they actually bought something. And if you click on that red shopping cart, it'll even tell you exactly what that customer bought and what your retail profits were. And of course, you now have, more importantly, their phone number and their email address. So if you have that and you want to check regularly, then you definitely want to reach out to the person. And I would actually, personally, I would call them. If they're, I would try to add them on my address book. And if they're local, I would call them definitely. And if they're not local, it's like an international phone number, I would try adding them on WhatsApp and also calling them. And of course, it's really simple. You just want to, again, congratulate them, welcome them, say, hey there, so-and-so, I wanted to say, thank you so much for placing the order for the Fountain of Life or the shampoo or whatever it is that they actually ordered. And I just want to reach out to you and offer any more assistance. If any questions you want to ask about the product or about how to use the product, please feel free to reach out to me. And just want to say hi and sort of get to know a bit more about you. And so essentially what I would do is really spend time to build like and trust. So build form, get to know that person, really get to know that person. And so that's pretty much where I would go to. I would try to establish form. So if you have been on our trainings, when we say building like and trust, we usually give a suggestion of using the acronyms FORM for form. It stands for having conversations about family, occupation, recreation, or motivation, or mindset, or money form. So you just ask questions, so by the way, whereabouts are you from, and what brought you to so and so, and do you have family where you live, and what do you do for fun, and what do you do for work, and more importantly, why did you decide to take this product, right? And really get to know your customer. Yes, Debbie, I definitely like seeing the red shopping cart. Absolutely, you're definitely correct there. And so that's what I would do, is just really try to connect. And don't forget, right, the main purpose of building form is to, what we used to train is called finding their itch. Finding their itch. Not their physical itch, right? That should be itchy, but it's really about what is their main drive, what's their motivation, what are they looking for, if that makes sense, right? Like, what are they looking for? And so once again, everyone has a different drive, right? Does that make sense? Everyone has a different motivation in life. So some people might be, again, taking the product because they basically have some kind of a health issue, right? So that one's more easy. That they have some kind of a health issue. Other people might be taking the product, for different reasons. So part of the goal of building like and trust is to really find out, well, what is the reason why they're taking the product. A question, if you found out that they were taking the product because they had an issue with, let's say, I don't know, diabetes, right? What do you think would be the next step? If you found out, for example, someone wanted to take the product and they bought the product because they're thinking it'll help them with their diabetes. So what do you think we should do next? And let's see what people's answers are. All right, Maria said as well that she does that with all of her VIPs online. She thanks them and she follows up with them, right? So again, what I would do is if someone told me they're taking and they bought the product, yes, thank you, Tim. That's the right answer. If someone told me they're buying the product because they have diabetes, I would send them as many testimonials as possible with diabetes, right? And so I want to ask a question here to really see if you're on the right track for having success in your business is how many of you have prepared photo albums on your phone with testimonials? Say me if you had, right? How many of you have prepared testimonials? Organized testimonials. I don't mean, you know, going to Facebook and then trying to find something when someone tells you they have diabetes, but organized testimonials. Because we're in the business of sharing stories. I love that. Have a hard copy album. Yes, Verlin, she made folders, fantastic. So if you haven't actually organized one, here's what I want you to do. Not now, because right now we're training, right? But here's what I want you to do starting basically tomorrow or the moment you have time is in your phone. If you go to like your photo album, you will see a section that says albums, okay? But would it make sense to only have a photo album that's called FOL and you put everything in FOL? Well, if you have one folder called FOL and you dump every testimonial you get in that folder, imagine someone comes to you and says, hey, you know, I have a hair issue. Now you start scrolling. So the better way of doing this is you want to have in your phone, in the album, create a different album for every issue. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so if you have, for example, I have in my own photo album, okay, and I love Alan's suggestion, by the way, but in your phone at least, FOL-hair, FOL-diabetes, FOL-blood pressure, FOL-Parkinson's. You need to start creating an album on your phone. Because if someone tells you that they have an issue with hair, and you say, oh, you know what, I have a testimonial, let me show you this testimonial, and you spend the next 2 minutes trying to find these testimonials, you're going to make your prospect impatient. You want to have the testimonials like ready to fire off to these people. Does that make sense, guys? Right? So give me a little reaction, I don't know, like a thumbs up if that makes sense. Sometimes on these trains, you know, you're sort of talking to yourself or you feel like talking to yourself. Hey, give me that thumbs up. Okay, we got 1 thumbs up. Awesome. And a few more thumbs. Perfect. So, you know, I hope that every one of you start doing this because you got to do it. Because it's the easiest thing, all right, is to have photo albums. Now, you're going to have pictures. You're going to have videos. Just put it in their own specific albums. Okay, that's what's really, really important here. And I love what Alan mentioned. Alan O even has his own playlist in YouTube. And again, in YouTube, you can have, by the way, multiple playlists. FOL, Alzheimer's, FOL, breast cancer, FOL, colon cancer, FOL, diabetes, like A to Z, right? And again, the goal is to have such a big repository and you keep on adding to it, right? And yes, if you have to go and get yourself an SD card or something, do it, right? Me personally, what I find is that using like your phone, if you have a iPhone or a Samsung, what I do is I actually have purchased a cloud storage. So for Apple, you have like iCloud, right? And then for Google, you have Google Drive. And so nowadays with online cloud space being so inexpensive, like it used to be really expensive, right? But really, if you even have like a 10 gig or 20 gig thing, it's plenty. But nowadays, like with your iCloud, you can get huge storage space for very, very little amount. I mean, my iCloud space I have, if I show you guys, I have 2 terabytes. So if you look at that, you'll see it's 2 terabytes of space. And so, because imagine what happens is, imagine you do all this work and you store all of your stuff onto your phone, and then one day you, I don't know, drop your phone in the water, or you change phones and you forget to back up your phone and your phone dies, then you gotta start all over again, right? So what I like to do is to store all of my testimonials onto iCloud or onto Google Drive, so that when you change your phone, it simply just copies over to your new phone from the cloud. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, give me a thumbs up. So, and again, is it worth it to purchase this 2 terabyte space for a few bucks per month? Absolutely, it's for your business, right? It's vital because the most important thing in your business are these testimonials. Does that make sense? Give me those thumbs up if I'm coming across, right? Because here's the thing, you can tell someone how much this product can help for their hair, for example, and spend minutes and tens of minutes, maybe even hours talking about them. You can show them the research on how FOL can stop the formation of testosterone into DHT, and DHT is what shrinks your hair follicles over a period of time. It will shrink the hair follicle and eventually it'll fall out. Okay, but where if you just showed 2 or 3 photos before and after, that will sell. Because again, the saying goes, facts tell, but stories sell. And if you're wondering, well, Renee, why does this talk about testimonials relate back to your initial discussion about consistency? Because it is so important that on a daily basis, you are talking and sharing testimonials. I hope that's starting to make sense, right? So how do you start off? How do you start getting this collection? All right. Don't do this now because again, we're training. All right. I don't want you to get distracted by going into your phone and looking at Facebook, right? But on Facebook, you need to be on the Fountain of Life official Facebook page. Okay. Also, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, I love this call that we have. It's the Fountain of Life testimonial call. What better time to grab testimonials? And again, we already have pre-made PDFs and PowerPoints with a wide range of testimonials. You can get a copy from us and just screenshot it on your phone and save it into your photo album. Or on tomorrow's call, you can literally like be recording. I mean, we actually upload and send to you the weekly calls where people are sharing testimonials. We have amazing leaders that actually go and record these testimonials and then put it into the group chats. You can go into your group chats and look for previous videos. So again, in WhatsApp, if you don't know this, but in your group chat that we have, for example, Opulence Global like News, for example, you click on the top. I'm going to show you guys this. So here's our group chat, right? You click on the top where it says Opulence Global News. Okay. And then you'll see at the top, it says media, links, and docs. Okay. So you click on media, links, and docs, and you will see here all of the previous things that were uploaded here. A lot of them, again, are testimonials too. Okay, so this is another area you can grab stuff too. And so, yes, for those of you who don't have that link, I'm going to go and right now, while we're on this training, I'm going to go and grab that link for you. And here's how powerful it is, because a long time ago, we started to do trade shows. And I hope this tip helps for, by the way, if you want to find a great place to go and grow your business and grow your network, go look up for the nearest local trade show happening in your area. There's like a health trade show, there's like the National Women's Show, there's all these different kind of trade shows. Go there and again get yourself a booth, split it with a few other people, because it's a lot for just one person to go and do it. But again, if you're the only person, still go and do it. But that's a great place for you to go and instantly get a ton of contacts and customers. So here's one link. I just put it in the group chat. And I will do another one here for you and also send you the link. Again, don't try to download it now. Just copy the link I'm putting in the group chat and do it sometime tomorrow. Okay, Mavis has another trade show happening on November the 24th, right? That's fantastic. That's amazing. Awesome. So again, tomorrow, when you have time, go into your Facebook. Go to the Fountain of Life official Facebook page. And by the way, at the search there, that search button, the search magnifying scope, the search button, when you put search there, now you're searching in the Fountain of Life official. And look at my previous searches, right? So I had someone that was asking me about blood clot. So I'll type in blood clot and hit search. And now you see all these different testimonials that have blood clot written inside of it, right? And so what you can do is, now these videos, okay, some of them are screenshots. You can screenshot it. If it's a video, here's a tip. You can actually try to save the video if you have like a video downloader, or open the video on your computer or your iPad and get your phone and record the video again and save it into your album. All right. Or better yet, use the ATM method. So what you would do is, for example, if you want to share this testimonial, here's me and Henry in this video with one of his people that had a blood clot. You would simply add, so ATM, A is for add, you would add them into this group chat. Then you would tag them. So in the comments below, in the comments, you would type your friend's name if they're on Facebook, right? You would tag them. So now in their Facebook, they get a notification that they were tagged in a video. So A is for adding, T is for tagging. Then M, once you tag them in the video, you can message them privately on like Messenger and say, oh, by the way, did you see the video that I tagged you in about blood clot? That's what we call the ATM method. So I hope you guys are understanding now the most effective way of doing this business is to be consistent, number one, and to be constantly sharing testimonials. And again, you can't do that effectively if you don't have testimonials on your phone. All right, so question is, how do you do ATM again? So very simply, okay, this is given that you have your contact on Facebook, right? Number one. So if you had on Facebook, you would go to groups. So if you click on your logo down the bottom here, your own logo, it opens up this page here. And the first one it says is groups, right? At the very top. So you click on where it says groups. And at the top shows you the groups that you are in, right? I have Fountain of Life, Fountain of Chinese, Fountain of Life Pets, Safe Home Revolution. The one with this background, with the grayish background, is the main one, Fountain of Life Official. So you click on that. And in here, you can actually invite people to join this group. So you click invite, and you basically invite the person that you want to add to this group. Okay. And so once they join, then let's say you want to find, so here's another testimonial that just popped up about like lower body weight. Okay. So in here, what you would do is under comments, okay, I could write, like, for example, I start typing Amarjeet, and her name comes up as a, sorry, as a suggestion, right? So once I click Amarjeet's name, you see how her name is now in blue? It means that I was able to find her. And if I say Amarjeet, check out this testimonial, if I were to do that and hit send, sorry, Amarjeet, I know you're on the call. All right. Then now in her phone, she'll get a notification of me mentioning her in this testimonial. Again, Amarjeet doesn't need to lose weight. I'm just using her as an example. All right. So there you go. That's how we can use the ATM method. So it's quite simple, but more importantly, like the main thing is to have testimonials. Now, of course, if you know of the Forensic Networker, right? They have the part-time, okay, 40 gets you one, and then you have the, oh yeah, you're very welcome, Hilaire. So again, Forensic, 40 dials or PR, like prospecting, gets you one member, 100 gets you 2 to 3. Okay, because realistically, if let's talk about the dials here, right? 40 dials is daily or PR contacts. So if you were to hand out 40 brochures, or you did a post on your Facebook and people liked your post, maybe they even commented on your post, now you can reach back out to the people who liked your post. That counts as prospecting, right? It could be you met someone at a trade show and you got their contact, and now you're going to contact that person. It could be you made a list of everyone that you know on your phone and you haven't contacted them yet, and you want to start to contact these people. So in other words, when you make 40 dials or messages, okay, on social media like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever it is, not everyone's going to answer your phone call. Not everyone's going to reply to your message. So from our CEO's research and personal experiences, and now of course I have seen the same thing happen too, when you make 40 PR calls, again, calls or messages or that kind of stuff on WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever it is, roughly a quarter of them will reply. So out of 40, a quarter would be 10, right? And out of the 10 that reply, your next goal is to try to set up a proper presentation. So now that you've talked to these people, they're asking you questions about the product, et cetera, et cetera. Now you want to go and arrange for a proper presentation, either online, or it could be, like again, online on Zoom, or in person at a coffee shop, at your weekly meeting in your local area. So of the 10, basically, you're hoping that half of those, a quarter of those people, which is like 2.5. So half basically go to a tour, okay? And so that, again, so it's all about ratios here, right? So let me show you a really cool diagram here. And this should make your life a lot easier to see this. Oh, so actually our video has officially actually loaded onto my computer. I can show you this. Give me one quick second here. I'll go down my computer here. I just trained this. I'll open the slide. I think it's more visual this way. Here we go. So I'm going to go and share my screen. All right. So this is what I was talking about. You do, this is so again, you do the 40 PR texting calling, okay? And so out of the 40, you reach a quarter of them, which is 10. And of the 10 that you were able to make contact with, you arrange a tour, like a product tour or business tour. So out of the 10, 2 basically see an actual presentation. And of the 2, basically half of those people will become a new customer or a new partner. So 40 gets you how many? 40 got you 1. Now again, this, you might get lucky. You might have made your first 3 calls and all of them you contacted and all of them saw a tour and maybe 2 of them launched. Like so we don't know when you'll get this 1 new partner or sale. But what we do know is worst case scenario, once you go through 40 messages or calls, and you will reach a quarter of them, and then 20% of those, you'll do a proper product presentation or or business tour, and half of them will become your new sales or partner. And so the one thing that we're talking about today earlier on is that consistency, right? Are you doing something every single day? And are you doing at least 40 different PR per day? Because you might meet someone today who is busy and not available, but are you reaching out to that same person again, let's say next week? So the forensic networker system, and that's why this call is called the forensic networker system, is a professional, organized system that will guarantee you to have success as long as you can follow this. In fact, when you make so here there's 100 boxes. And really what you want to do here is, if you're part-time, you're gonna make 40. And you want to write down the result of those 40 dialings or texts. So maybe the first call, they were not available. Okay, you put NA. Second one was not available. You put NA. The third call, they're not interested. You put NI. All right. The fourth one say, you know what, just give me a call back. I'm kind of busy right now. Okay. The next one here says that they were actually interested. So you were able to get through them. And so you did a PR. So PR means you were able to do a PR text, call, or social media, and you're able to reach them. Maybe you called someone from last week and then they actually saw a tour. So now you have a tour. Maybe it's someone that you're calling back that was your previous customer and now you're doing a follow-up, right? So you want to track the results of each of your calls here. That is what's so powerful about this. And so, it gets more advanced because we can now actually look at what you were doing. And for example, if you have a lot of not interested or so if you have a lot of NIs, it probably might mean that what you're saying is not effective, right? And so you want to contact your My5 and say, hey guys, what am I saying wrong? Or what can I say better to have a better NI ratio? If you have a lot of not NAs, it probably means that you're not calling at the right time, okay? If you're doing a lot of tours, but not a lot of actual new partners signing up or new sales, then we have to look at, well, maybe it's something that you're doing with the closing or how you're doing the tour. So this system can get really, really intricate and very, very professional to find out what it is that you might not be doing or doing good as well. But the main point of today's call was to be really consistent. Are you doing something every day for your business? Are you, on Facebook joining new groups, diabetes groups or Parkinson's groups and trying to reach out to people? Are you attending enough local events, networking events, meetups, the BNIs in your area? So there's so many places to meet people. Even as you're going day in, day out, you're going on the bus, you're buying food at the food court, or you're buying coffee at this, thing, to me, again, what you want to be doing is making sure that one way of filling this up is you have the brochure that you bought from the company, and every day you want to hand out 40 brochures because you're going to pass by a lot of people. Maybe you hand out 30 brochures or 20 brochures, and the rest you did texting and calling, right? But you want to have 40 different PR activities. That's the whole idea here. And so if you're wondering, okay, well, Renee, I've been in business for so and so many years, and I find that I'm not having success, we got to look at this chart here. Because I can tell you, what do you think when you go to a dentist, and you have a lady or a guy at the front desk at the reception? All day long, all that they're doing is making prospecting calls. They're calling previous customers, right? And trying to rebook them in for the next cleaning or the next something. You should be calling your previous customers here as well too, right? Sharing, just checking in on them, sharing your testimonials. So how many of you guys actually follow up with your previous customers and just have and rebuild like and trust again? That's the follow-up part, the F, right? So I hope this helps. Of course, when you're full-time, literally I probably send more than 100 dialings in text per day. And of course, that's when you go full-time, because in full-time you have 16 hours of the day, less you're sleeping, right? So that's what's really powerful about this. But again, to be effective with this system, you have to have what on your phone? What do you got to have on your phone, guys? Sorry for the massive water jug. I was in Trinidad and Tobago. It's like really, really humid and, moisturizing. Coming back to Canada, I just feel dry here, right? Yeah, you got to have, space on your iCloud. And of course, testimonials, right? Testimonials. Yeah, load it up. In fact, if you have a customer that bought FOL from you because of hair, you want to keep sending hair testimonials every now and then, right? And just ask them, hey, by the way, are you still taking FOL every day to keep your hair strong, right? And more importantly, when you do a callback with your customers, are you asking them for referrals? Oh, by the way, would you know of anyone else who could really benefit from the Fountain of Life? Like if you have one customer and you build good like and trust with that customer, imagine tapping into their network. It's called tap rooting, right? You know how you have like a tree, like one prospect or customer, and then under the ground, that tree has like thousands and hundreds and thousands of roots that go deep, right? Well, think of your customer or your team member as one of these trees that have a huge, vast amount of connections down below. But if that tree don't like you, you ain't going to get down to the roots, right? You got to make sure that you can not become a tree hugger, but you wanted it to become very good terms and build good like and trust with this person so that they're happy to refer the customers to you, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. So again, I got the video uploaded. So there's two parts to it. And so the first part is when I was just trying to record the actual orientation. I want to keep it for the future. So I'll start from the first one, and then you'll see how I stopped it because I noticed he started asking me about what I do. And so let me just share my screen here. Can you guys see this here? Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen. Say yes if you can see my screen. Perfect. Okay. So let's see what happens here. You're gonna press. Oh yeah, I saw the beautiful ocean.
Yeah. So we have a breakwater system out there. So in line with your rock, so it's calm and shallow, you can take a sabbatical if you want.
Okay, so the break system, right? So it's more calm in the beginning. Wonderful. Can't wait to.
Still up the steps. That closes at 6 p.m.
Okay, yes.
We want to leave them. We have a 24-hour pool at the back of the south wing. I'm actually taking you there to sit down.
Okay, thank you. And we saw the beautiful pool this morning having breakfast.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they told us last night there's like a few shops there.
right.
Yeah.
We have the club shop and then we have the shop and a pub shop.
Right.
But it's this one island is. This one again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we saw. We saw already. Yeah. Quick pause here. Can you guys hear the video? Okay, like can you guys hear what I'm saying? And is the video smooth? You want to check, make sure it's smooth for you guys. Okay, not very smooth, eh? Oh, some say it's smooth. Okay, so should I keep on playing it? Okay, so most people are saying yes. Okay, well, I'll just keep playing it because some people are saying yes, and I'll stop at some point later on. You'll see when, but let's keep on going here. Okay, here we go.
We have bicycles, you guys can sign for.
Bicycles. Oh, that's a golf course, right?
Yeah. Bicycles are in your package.
Okay, wonderful.
Along with, well, we have tennis rackets as well. You can sign for if you need extra.
Okay, yeah, we
Tennis board.
got enough today.
Right. And a gym as well.
Okay,
Yeah, 24 hours.
right. I think it's 24.
Spa, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just building like a trust. Like I'm not thinking about talking about business. I'm just trying to essentially build like a trust. All right. So
Nice.
so I'll stop this video because we pretty much got to the point, and I'm going to start the next video, where the prospecting kind of started happening. And so there's a bit of a wind there, but hopefully you can hear a little bit as we get into the talk about Fountain of Life.
Like, love fresh herbs.
Yes.
I like the herbs and
Yeah.
things, right? It's garlic, onion.
Last night, one of my partners here, her name is Marguerite. I'll introduce you later.
Yeah.
She had a client that has, diabetes, horrible sugar level over 2 days. Sorry, from 12 sugar down to 6 in just 2 days, right? So
Wow.
and this will do so many other things you don't even know.
Yeah.
And it's actually it's very affordable because one bottle it can last you 1 month, it can last you 6 months, no matter how much you take,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
But you have to drop under it on.
Yeah, basically just put a few drops under the tongue. So he started asking me about this product, and and one thing that I want to walk you through my mindset as I'm doing this prospecting. So I could tell he was asking about the price and how long you can use it for, because I know that with Trinidad and Tobago, of course, like their average income, by the way, down in that market, I believe is like $600 Canadian per month. So, I want to make sure he knows that even on one bottle, just using even very few drops, it can last you 1 month or even many months. Okay. Hey, like 20 drops per day, and that's it. Yeah. So, if you're free this coming Friday, Saturday, we have a big meeting.
Where at what time?
Yeah, let me get your WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, afterwards, I'll send you the flyer. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew he's interested already, and one thing that I taught at the boot camp was you always want to make sure that when someone's at the peak of their excitement, that basically imagine a chart, right? And this is like their excitement level, and this is like the time that you're spending. When you notice that as time goes on, right, that excitement's getting up, once you catch that excitement is when I usually try to book the next meeting, right, or go for the close of the product. So we had an event, of course, in Tobago. That was like, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. The event was on Friday. So my goal was to try to invite him to come out to the live tour because he can meet all the local people and hear tons of testimonials, right? There's one other thing that I did there. I don't know if you caught it at the very end. I did something. Let's see if you guys can catch on. What did I do after I mentioned that there was a tour this coming Friday? Did you catch what I did in that video? Hopefully you were able to hear it. Any guesses? But if you listen carefully again, I actually had asked him for his WhatsApp. I wanted to get his contact. Yeah. Thank you, Nama. I asked him, are you on WhatsApp? Yes, Melia, I want to get his phone number so I can follow up now in the future, right? And I said to him, I want to send you the flyer that we have, and that's the reason why I want to get his phone number. Does that make sense, guys? Give me some thumbs up if it's making sense what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, and we'll keep on we'll keep on going. So here we go. Let's see here.
Please join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you look really healthy though. You're
Yeah.
strong. Yeah.
Morning.
But you must know other people that have some health problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gave a compliment, right? Saying you look really strong. I always like to give people compliments because he did look. He was not overweight. He was big, bulky, and but I did say to him, but you must know other people that must have health problems, right? So what I was trying to do here. So why do you think I did that? Why do you think I mentioned to him that, okay, I know that you're a strong guy, you look really fit, but you must know other people that have health issues. Why do you think I kind of set it up that way? Well, because he might not think the product is for him. Yes, thank you, Maria. He might not think that the product is for him, but he must know many other people. And he actually agreed in my video that he knows of other people that have issues. Okay, keep on going here.
That's the thing.
Yes, I'm an advocate for all natural medicine because what I realized in my late teens,
Right.
your body can naturally regenerate.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But what slows down that process is our diets and lack of exercise.
Yes.
And among other things, because your mental health affects your physical body.
Of course. And now with
It's a whole something.
things like your 5G, I see all your 5G tennis here. Even the foods nowadays, unfortunately, because of the pesticides, insecticides, the GMOing, the nutrients inside is not the same as what it was like 20, 30 years ago, right?
Exactly.
So our drops, if you take 10 drops, it's equivalent to 1,800 cups of apples of the antioxidant.
Wow.
You see, I literally use the stuff that's in the brochure, right? Taking 10 drops is the same as having 1,800 cups of apples of antioxidants, right? And when I said that, did you hear what he said? He says, wow. So yeah, I'm building up that more of that excitement, right? Should I keep on going, or do you guys kind of get the point? Who wants me to keep on playing a bit more? Because I can cut it off whenever. There's about 8 more minutes left. Okay, I got a thumbs up here. Should I keep on going? Oh, okay, thumbs up. Okay, we'll keep on going. All right, so here we go. Thank you for your feedback, team.
It's called lignans, the nutrition, right? Or 500 cups of onions. So just 10 drops is the same. And so once you put it on the tongue, instantly it's in your blood. It's also anti-inflammatory. So any kind of arthritis, body pain, gout, prostate, it can balance your hormones. Right? Yeah. So
this is amazing.
yeah.
We have so many things that we regulate.
Yes.
We use a lot of bush tea. Like moringa is a
yes. I heard the moringa as well too.
Moringa leaves.
Basically, this thing is like probably if you do the math calculation, it's probably more affordable, but 50 times more powerful.
What was the average price you'll have?
Yeah, so basically, okay, so US, one bottle.
Okay, so he asked me about the price now, and before I continue the video, I knew already from the previous conversation that I couldn't catch in time that he was a go-getter. Like because he told me he had all these other businesses in selling shoes and selling. He's a farmer. He sells bananas. He gave me some fresh bananas. He has some juice that he made. He actually sells juices. So I knew he was an entrepreneur. So that's why you'll understand my next part.
Okay, if you're a client, it's different than if you're a distributor, right? If you're one of our distributors, yeah, it's like 30.
You see, he's like, I want to be a distributor. So I already knew, right? Okay.
$6
US.
That's one bottle, but that one bottle it can last you. If you take, let's say 20 drops a day, it can last you 80 days because there's about 1,600 drops per bottle.
20 drops a day.
You don't need to. Some people take 10 drops and that's it. That can last you 160 days.
It's only severity of the illness.
Exactly. Yeah. Now some people have cancer. The cancers. Wow, they take. Yeah.
So it's 6 US. that'll be about 250.
Yes.
In our currency.
Yes.
That's really good to last so long.
It's like, it depends, right? So there's 1,200 jobs. So if you take 10 jobs per day, it can last you 120 days.
Yeah,
That's
4
4 months.
Yeah.
If you take 20
It's
jobs,
right.
yeah.
So I could tell that it mattered to him how long it could last. I kept pushing that with him, okay?
That's not this product. It's selling like crazy because everyone can afford it. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. This is the plantation.
Yeah,
Right?
right. So these are villas. Some of the kids live on them and they live in them.
They rent-
Others, they rent them.
They
out.
rent them out.
This was the last one that was recently built.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Let me just take this forward.
Please go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Forbes, owner of the Madeline Grand here. How can I assist you?
So he took a call. I'll fast forward a bit more here.
It's right. Maybe some body pains. But even things like dementia, arthritis,
Alzheimer's as well?
and Parkinson's, yeah, Alzheimer's too, yeah.
So,
Because
do you guys people as a or as a regulator
we
regulate
so
illnesses?
we are Health Canada regulated, so we can never ever say it's a cure. We can never say it's a cure, right? We just say it's nature's most powerful plant antioxidants. You know, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial.
Smaller cluster villas.
I see. Small.
We rent them out as well. They have.
I see.
So he's showing me the villas here. You can rent.
I did jump on board. I went to learn exactly.
You know, this product, I think this product, you will fall in love with it because
Yeah.
people, you want to help people, right?
Yes.
And so basically, so your cost, like I said, 36 US. You can probably sell it for at least double, like 70 US,
Yeah.
and you make $35 per bottle.
They make 100%.
Yeah.
So he loved it because he could make 100% profit. Now, by the way, I didn't realize at that point in time how much they actually sell it for in Trinidad and Tobago. It's like 560 TT, which is like 100 and like almost like $12 Canadian, right? So when he found out how much he could actually sell it for and what it's been selling for in that market, he got even more excited about that.
So I have some people that I was in Trinidad for a few days. Some people, the first few months, are getting 1,000 Canadian. That's about times 5, 10,000.
This is so weird. My friend Ishmael, the Canada.
Okay.
So we're talking about a bit about the income now because knowing that he wants to become a distributor, I want to share more stories of people who are actually in Trinidad and Tobago who are making money with the product, right? Sorry for the loud truck coming by.
A year, once I get into sales.
Oh yeah, yes. But you know what?
So what he's saying now is that one of his friends had told him if he moves to like Canada, USA, and find a sales job, he can make whatever amount of money. But I knew that he didn't want to go. He wanted to stay in Tobago. So here's what I said.
I think because we just opened up Tobago, the market, we just tried sending the product in. Many people have not heard of this product. I think you can make that here. Just doing this. But this is paradise. Like for me, I'd rather stay here and do it right.
Yeah.
See, he got so excited when I told him that he can make that kind of money staying in Tobago, just promoting this product, right? He's like, yes.
Yeah, the funny.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing is, you know, people nowadays, because the whole public trend, everyone has health problems. Everyone's looking for, but you know, the problem with drugs is you can never stop. Once you take those cholesterol pills, it's for life. Blood pressure pills for life. Sugar pills for life. This, you go exactly.
With side effects.
Yes.
We want
Natural.
natural medicine.
So you know how we got this product? Our scientist in northern Finland, basically his wife said, cut this tree down. This tree is blocking the light to the kitchen. This tree called the Norwegian spruce tree.
All right, so now you know what I'm doing, right? You all know how I always talk about the story of Fountain of Life. Like I'm always telling stories, right? So okay, up ahead, there's this gate, just a heads up. That gate landed on top of our golf cart. So imagine we didn't have that roof on top of our golf cart. We've been like in the hospital. So anyway, we'll just keep watching here.
Okay. And when he put the tree down, the broken branches on the floor,
Yeah.
it's still living. Days still living.
Yeah.
Like if I cut the branch off, that branch will die right now.
Right.
He put the branch into his freezer. Years later, his wife says, "What's this branch doing in my freezer? Do something with it."
Yeah.
The broken end of the branch had grew itself a new layer. Yeah.
Okay.
So arrows for the barrier. That's the barrier, right?
Yeah, that's a barrier. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Check it out.
We have life insurance. We're all good. Woo.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up call. Yeah. But anyways, he took the broken branch had grown a new layer. It was still living. Still living.
Yes,
So the scientist said, what is making this tree so special?
yeah.
And when he started the research, years later, it's this tree can grow hundreds of feet tall, can live millions of years, self-healing,
Yeah.
disease-free.
Regenerated from
Yeah.
disease.
So he found a way to extract. So some people try to make a powder, grind it. You have to have a special technology to extract.
Extractive.
So we have that, and we're the only company in the whole.
I find that when I'm in a market, I start to talk like them, and they use a lot of I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, so I just, sometimes I don't know why I do it. I just I just start talking like I'm there and like watching me. I don't know. So, anyways, we'll keep on going.
Whole world exclusive rights to this product.
Wow.
So you can be the
That's
only,
amazing.
you can be selling this product all over Tobago, Trinidad. And that, so when you become a partner, we give you a website. You can sell this globally.
So I can, it's like an IBU.
Essentially, yes, like IBO, yes, right? But you can do it, you can start with just, just doing some basic sales.
Yeah.
But I want you to think about building your business globally.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to.
The people who stay at home on their Facebook, Instagram, they just start selling other countries because your clients can buy in other countries through your affiliate link. We ship to other countries.
And then you guys have distribution and then
Yes.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, so you can work from your own couch of your home.
Yeah.
So I'll send you the flyer we have later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When I give you my number,
Okay.
all
okay.
necessary.
Yeah. Okay.
Time meeting and with that phone.
Wonderful.
I guess in the
Yeah. Come on Friday. Friday night. Is our presentation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that. And it's pretty much, I just repeat the same things, but I hope you guys can kind of see that for me, it's like I'm breathing this business, right? I'm just breathing, it just comes naturally, when I'm talking to somebody, it just comes up and just kind of, it flows, right? And that comes with practice. It comes with practice. And if you're curious what happened with this person named Tefano, and I know it's past 10 o'clock already. We'll just finish it off and sort of call it a night. But what happened was the very next morning, he came and he knew that we're playing tennis. We want water all the time. He actually brought me water and his own grown bananas. They were green. So I thought green banana means it's not ripe. We always eat yellow bananas, right? But apparently over there, the green bananas are the best time to eat it. And it's like, it's just like, the bananas you get at the hotels aren't even as good as these green bananas that he brought to me. And we killed all the bananas, so good. And he, and actually the next morning, guess what? He even brought all of his savings of US dollars to buy a bottle. He actually collected all of his tips that he got working at the hotel, all the US dollars. He said, Renee, that's all I have. It wasn't quite enough for the retail. It's kind of like between the wholesale and retail price. I said, you know what? You're so good to me. No worries. I'll get you a bottle. So he actually bought a bottle the very next day. And every day I kept kind of seeing him. He tried the product. He's like, Renee, it's like a surge of energy when I try this product, right? And he was having a really good time with it. Then what happened was, every day we kept talking about it. I kind of see him in the hallways. He asked me questions. And then on Friday, he actually came to the tour. And as you know, for me, if someone shows up to the tour, it means that they're serious about this, right? They really want this to happen for themselves. And so the tour was from like, it's quite a long tour because we had a lot of great testimonials being shared, and he stayed for the whole entire tour. And then we actually, I guess this is kind of, we had all these great prizes that we're giving away to people, to all of the guests, and he actually won one of the prizes, like one of the purses. And so that was just like remarkable. He was so excited, you know. But here's a funny thing that so he actually went home that night because he didn't have the money, right? So he actually called his girlfriend, who's from Trinidad and Tobago, but she's living and working in Japan. So now I'm thinking, wow, we can maybe go and open up Japan, right? But then, long story short, his girlfriend was really negative about, you know, she's like, it's one of those pyramid things, you know? And that was, and I could tell, like, he kept trying to tell me how he's trying to explain to his girlfriend, you know, how good this product is. You can change so many lives, and it's not a pyramid, you know, all this stuff. And 2 days of that went by, and eventually, on one of the last days before I left, I said, no, Stefano, I said, I had some deep talk with him. You know, I just shared with him that sometimes the most negative people in your life are the ones closest to you. You know, for me, my dad was always negative. I shared my story of how my dad was negative for the first 10, 11 years of my business. Only after I bought my like $3 million home, he started to like my posts on Facebook, you know, and stop saying bad things about it. Like, it's going to go down, it's going to go down, and it's not a long-term business and all this stuff, right? And I just told Stefano, like, Stefano, you got to decide at some point in time, you know, to move on and build a barrier around yourself, and just don't have these conversations with your girlfriend. I said, the amount of time you're spending right now trying to convince your girlfriend that this is not a scam or that it's a good product, and clearly you've been doing it for the past few days now, all that time spent, you could be selling 100 bottles of FOL. And, you know, and he got that right away. So as of right now, we're still talking on WhatsApp. He's still putting together the money to get started. I'm thinking of ways to help him out. You know, maybe, you know, he can buy a few bottles from me at wholesale and then keep the profits and sell it. So we're trying to think of creative ways to get him started, because I asked him, you know, how much money do you have saved up? And he opened his backpack for me that day at the tour, took out this plastic bag, folded with cash inside. And I asked him, well, how much is in there? And he's like, yeah, it's about 600 TT. It's like 120 bucks, something like that, right? So obviously it's not gonna be enough to get started, but you know, he's already started to share the product with other people. And so, so again, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that video. It's just really what I sort of do day in, day out with people that I meet all over the place. Another gentleman I met at the swimming pool, I shared his testimonial already on our Thoughts on Life page. He also bought a bottle. Him and his wife have given me back tremendous results. His son's asthma went away. He's sleeping better. His leg pain is gone. The blackness of the leg is gone now. And so for me, last tip, how do I follow up? So day 0 is when I meet them. The day 0, I send a message at night saying, hey, you know, how are you enjoying the drops? Day 1, which is the next day, same thing, how are you enjoying the drops? I do 0, 1, you keep doubling it, 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So really 32 is like day 30 or the end of the month, right? Because to me, if I can get my customer to take the product consistently every day for the first month, you pretty much have yourself a customer forever or a partner. So my job is to make sure I do day 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 in the last day. That's how I try to make it easy for myself. Because sometimes you might sell a bottle to someone and you follow up in 2 weeks, they haven't even started using the product. Or maybe you gave them the bottle and they started using it and they had some weird like side effect. Again, it's all detox, right? It could be a headache, fever, rashes, diarrhea, constipation. It could be all kinds of things, right? And they think it's bad. It's actually a good thing. It means it's actually working. So I want to make sure that I'm doing these 1, 2, 4, 8 follow-ups on those days to make sure I can remind them, hey, no, what you're experiencing is a good thing. In fact, keep on going because it's actually working on you, right? Anyhow, sorry for going a bit over time. That video kind of went a bit later than I thought, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, thank you so much for being on the call tonight. And don't forget tomorrow morning, the Fountain of Life testimonial call. And of course, want to wish everyone a good morning, afternoon, evening. And of course, Michelle, thank you so much for being our wonderful host of the 2 weeks. And
Thank you for taking over, and that was a lot of practical information. I hope you were taking notes.
Thank you, team.
Thank you, everyone. So I have some announcements that I would like to share. So first of all is our holiday schedule for this Christmas. Our Christmas shipping deadline is December 14th, so do your shopping before that. And our last webinar of the year is on December 20th, and our office is closed from December 23rd, 2 p.m. until 27th. And we have regular hours from 28th to 30th. And New Year's Eve, we're closed. New Year's Day, we're closed. Monday, we're also closed. January 2nd, we're closed. And then we have our New Year's webinar on January 7th. So yeah, our corporate webinars resume on January 7th, 2023. Next off, we have the double up your purchase with a mystery box. This is for a limited time only. You'll receive a mystery box when you redeem or purchase a minimum of $250 per order. So you cannot combine orders. These boxes come in different sizes, as in monetary size. There is one for over $250 to $500, and one for over $500 to $1,000, and one for over $1,000, depending on the amount of your order. This is a good time to get your presents, Christmas present, New Year presents, or if you just want to try out new opulent products. Now is the time of the year to shop because you're literally getting these things for free. And these are limited.
Michelle, yeah, can I add something really quickly? Sorry to interrupt. The one thing that you should all be saying about this mystery box, like if you're going to be presenting the LA package, is when you put in a 1345, whatever it is, in your region, usually you get back $1,300 shopping credits and $100 of Opulence currency. With this promotion, you're essentially getting back almost double of that in products at the retail value. So to a lot of people, when I mentioned you put in 1345 and you're getting back almost like 20, so 1,400, almost like $2,500 back worth of products. It's a real easy close for that. So I hope that helps. Yeah. So again, you won't be saying that you're almost doubling what you're getting back on the LA package. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Back to you.
All right. Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah, these boxes are for a limited time only. They're limited quantity as well. So get yours before they run out. And also we have the Mega November to Remember Build Assist program. It's also just here until November 30th. This is a very exciting program. It's only happening for, again, November. It helps you double, triple, quadruple your team volume and helps you create a massive momentum heading into the new year. So how it works is that regularly you receive 300 CVs for the first LA that you launch, but when you launch your second LA this month, you receive 300 plus 100, so 400 CVs. That's 100 CVs extra, and 500 when you launch your third LA, 600 when you launch the fourth LA, and that's already double the CV that you're regularly receiving. And it also continues for your fifth, seventh, sixth LA to infinity if you are trying to set records for this month. In addition to this, the LA partner that you're launching, they also benefit from this. They will receive 3 free bottles of Fountain of Life. This offer is also applicable if you're upgrading from brand partner to a lifestyle advisor during this promotion time. So get on that. Next up, we have the Asian cruise departing from Singapore next April. Everyone is able to join, but if you're in LD2 as of January 30th, 2023, your cruise is covered by Opulence Global. So take advantage of this so you can get your free cruise. Bring everyone if you're an LD1, half of the cruise expenses is covered. If you're a VIP, you need to cover yourself, but you're still able to join. So step up your game, level up yourself, and join the cruise for free. Now we have also the world tour happening. The next stop is Minnesota, USA, November 18th to 20th, and Kenya from December 2nd to the 5th. Partners, get your tickets now and invite your guests. The guests are free. So invite as many people as possible. And last, we have this survey. Please take a picture of this or scan the barcode on the screen, fill out the survey. The survey helps you or helps us shape the future of your business. So fill this out whenever you have the time. And our next meeting is this Saturday, the Saturday live training, How about Drusilla Bash, a lifestyle directors 1 from Canada, is November 12th at 10 a.m. EST. And on Sunday, the virtual leadership cocktail show hosted by Henry Xiong, a lifestyle director 3 from Canada. And our special guest is Carol Zhou, lifestyle director 2 from Canada, November 13th, also at 10 a.m. EST. So yeah, thank you, Renee, for stepping in today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for hosting. Thank you.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining. Good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and to the billion. See you guys next week.
To the billion, one team, one dream to the billion. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.